Good afternoon. It's Friday, April 29th, 2022, and I'm back with another twin flame reading. I'm Brittany. I'm a psychic and a healer. So let's see what's for Divine Feminine. So the deck could be used for Divine Feminine is a Tarot of Sexual Magic. And that will be by Laura Tuan and Mauro De Luca. So yeah, Divine Feminine, I use she for for you, and for Divine Masculine I use he. So if you want to use other pronouns, then implement them. So yeah, what's going on with Divine Feminine? What's going on with Divine Feminine? First card out for Divine Feminine is King of Pentacles. So I feel like Divine Feminine is like in a very expansive mood today. I think that, Divine Feminine is more focused on the material world. She's trying to figure out her place in it. I think Divine Feminine is actually more concerned about, financial security. I feel like Divine Feminine is finally to the point where she can invest in the world. And what I mean by that is that Divine Feminine is no longer stressed out by the mundane. She's prepared to face conflict and rise above it. What I mean rise above it is that she's meeting her challenges with grace. So I do see that Divine Feminine is more financially secure. I feel like that she was a little bit afraid of her financial security for a while, but now she's confident. She feels as though she's finally made stable foundation. So I also see that Divine Feminine is also in the masculine energy, Divine Masculine energy. She's learned how to harness that energy, and I feel like again Divine Feminine is also creating consistency within herself. And I also see that Divine Feminine, there could be someone that I hear that there could have been a breakup, or maybe with a soulmate. Doesn't have to be. And I do feel like there is like some sort of ending. And I feel like Divine Feminine may have been retreating into Divine Masculine energy to but I feel now Divine Feminine is being forced to actually acknowledge something painful from her past, something traumatic. I feel like she actually, like Divine Masculine, she buried her head in the sand. I feel Divine Feminine was being dishonest with herself about a while about how this affected her. But I feel like now Divine Feminine wants to be in a soft and vulnerable energy. She wants to, again, be expansive. But this is actually blocking her, this trauma. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is like, she's like saying, I'm going to be soft and vulnerable and receptive. But I feel like, again, next card, Knave of Wands in reverse. So I feel like Divine Feminine may have had, like, in the past, there could have been some sort of sexual trauma, assault, rape. It could even be family trauma, so incest as well. But I do feel like Divine Feminine is like finally confronting it. She's finally putting herself first. And I feel like Divine Feminine, of course, was in this energy where she was very hard. And now Divine Feminine doesn't want to be hard anymore. I feel like Divine Feminine was kind of self-sabotaging her relationships, because I feel like she was afraid to be vulnerable. She was afraid to give herself to a man because she didn't want to be in a position where she was powerless. Divine Feminine equated powerlessness with vulnerability, and now Divine Feminine sees differently. And I do see that there is like throat chakra issues. So I feel like Divine Feminine's throat chakra may have been blocked in some sort of way according to this trauma. But I feel like now Divine Feminine is choosing freedom. She cherishes her freedom. So I feel like Divine Feminine is actually now preparing to deal with this trauma. And I also see that Divine Feminine is kind of like, she was like saying, I was immature then, I was young, I was inexperienced, I didn't know better. So I feel like Divine Feminine actually blamed herself for this trauma for a very long time. But now I see that Divine Feminine is like, no, I'm going to handle it. I'm going to. But she's scared. And she's saying that I shouldn't be so scared of this trauma, but I am. And now she's looking at Divine Masculine with the more compassionate worldview. She's like saying I was way too harsh. So I feel like Divine Feminine again is shifting into that unconditional love energy for Divine Masculine. And the next card is 9 of Pentacles in reverse. she's seeing that she wasn't as much as the Empress as she thought she was. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is now delving out the spiritual ego. She is now understanding the journey in a deeper perspective. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is like, saying, you know what? I'm not going to tear down my Divine Masculine anymore. And now Divine Feminine is like, saying, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of any harsh energy, any energy that drains me. I'm not going to hold on to it anymore. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is now forgiving herself. And that's the first step toward healing Divine Feminine. I feel like that maybe you may be pampering yourself right now. I feel like Divine Feminine could be wanting a haircut, a manicure, but she's actually taking care of her appearance again. So I feel like Divine Feminine is like saying, you know what? I'm just going to be me. I'm going to, pamper myself. And I feel like Divine Feminine is actually getting to a higher vibration because of that. Divine Feminine is still in a rather high vibration, so that's a good thing. And I also see sacral chakra, so I feel like Divine Feminine is going through some womb clearing. And this womb clearing is helping Divine Feminine just see things from a higher perspective. And I do feel like, again, there's concentrated energy right now. And this concentrated energy Divine Feminine is dealing with is helping her. And I feel like, again, there's a new moon coming up. It might be today, it might be this weekend. I don't know when it is, but I feel like, again, the energies are strong as of the 5/5 portal. So I feel like Divine Feminine is going to manifest a new cycle for her. And it's not a repeated cycle. It's a cycle now where she's learned a lesson and she's going to stop her toxic behavior. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is being very gentle with herself. And the next card is the Three of Wands. So I do see now Divine Feminine. I do see that, again, she's actually taking care of herself. She's taking care of her needs. And I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is like, she could have been seeing someone, and again, I think she broke it off because, again, she just didn't want anything to do with that person anymore. She's changing, and I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is actually, she may have broken up with the soulmate because the soulmate, I feel like, again, was she thought she loved him, but she realized that she liked him, and I feel like that's the difference. And Divine Feminine is like, I just don't see this going anywhere. And I also see that Divine Feminine is no longer chasing for love. She's no longer desperate for the love. She's no longer turning to men or women to actually, fill in that gap. She's like saying, I'd rather be single. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine finally understands why she needs to be single, and it's not because she's waiting for Divine Masculine. And she's like saying, because Divine Feminine is at the top of her game, she's always flowing, she's always being receptive. And again, Divine Feminine is realizing that she needs to reprioritize her life. So she's putting romance on the side because, again, she doesn't see exactly how that fits yet, but she needs to be more practical. So I feel like, even Divine Feminine is revising her approach toward love. But it's not toxic, it's not codependent. She's just like seeing right now at the time that love is not something that she can afford at this moment, and she doesn't have receptive issues. She's just seeing that she's not going to force anything. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine may be withdrawing from actually seeing other soul, like talking to other men on. I feel like, again, she was doing it because of the teachings that other tarot readers. She felt as though that was like the only other option, and now she's saying that I do have another option. I just wasn't honest about myself. I couldn't see past my pain, so I turned to another. And I do feel like, again, Divine Feminine did want love, but I feel like, again, she was looking for the wrong sort of love. And now Divine Feminine is like self-love. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is now realizing that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be still. It's okay to be receptive. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is still a flow state. That's a good thing for Divine Feminine. And so the next card for Divine Feminine will be Knave of Pentacles. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is also looking to correct her abundance. And I feel like, again, Divine Feminine, because she's making such sound decisions, her abundance is multiplying. I feel like, again, Divine Feminine now has the means to support herself. She no longer feels the need to turn to another. She feels the need to actually respect herself, trust herself, believe in herself. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is no longer diminishing herself. She's no longer trying to force toxic cycles to work for her favor. And now Divine Feminine is like saying, you know what? I feel so good. So I feel like, again, there's a lot of self-love for Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine is like, you know what? I am feeling great. And I do feel like, again, Divine Feminine, again, is in an expansive mood. She just, And I do see third eye chakra activations going on for Divine Feminine. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is being trusting the process. She's surrendering, and she's just not resisting anymore. She's not interested in it. She's like, she's mind blown right now. She's just appreciating life. And the second to last card will be the Eight of Wands in reverse. I mean, no, not reverse. It came up in reverse, but I'm being called to actually put this in upright. So what I see for Divine Feminine is that there's still some delays, and I feel like Divine Feminine is like saying, you know what, I'm not going to try to force things to happen anymore. So again, it's like I said, she's in flow state. She's seeing the need, why she needs to be in flow state. She's no longer overthinking her life, no longer overthinking and trying to, make everything fit. Divine Feminine said, if something doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. If it doesn't feel right, I'm going to listen to my first instinct. So again, Divine Feminine is trusting her instinct. And I feel like that she's in the state of unconditional love for the Divine Masculine. She's still detached, but she feels love for him. And it just brings her serenity. So I feel like, again, she's at peace with it. She's not crying over him. She's not, pining for him. She's just doing her. And she's looking back with nostalgically, yes, but she's also looking back in a positive way and saying, you're my greatest teacher, thank you. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine, higher heart chakra. So yeah, I do feel like, again, Divine Feminine is actually becoming more and more Divine Feminine, and she's starting to see what is Divine Feminine from her experience rather than trusting the words of gurus. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is like saying, you know what, I'm just gonna trust the journey, but I'm not going to let other people dictate what signs. So I need a journey to confirm whether it's a twin flame. Divine Feminine just like said, you know what, I love this person, I know they love me, and that's enough. I'm not going to slap a label on it. So again, Divine Feminine, you should be really proud of yourself. And the next card is Six of Wands. So I do feel like, again, Divine Feminine, I do feel like, again, she's actually, it's just amazing. I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is, like, loving herself. And I do feel like, again, Divine Feminine, I feel like she's actually admiring her sexuality. She's admiring how it can be so subtle. Paradoxically, is this a paradox? She's saying, wow, I'm a Divine Feminine. I'm really a Divine Feminine. And she's embracing every aspect of what it means to be the Divine Feminine. So again, I feel like she relishes the receptivity, the intuition, if she's a female, Divine Feminine in a female body, she's actually just saying, wow. I feel like, again, she's just admiring her body, and she's admiring the way that she could dance. She's admiring the way that she can just be seductive and yet very innocent. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is manifesting with this energy. I feel like, again, you could be doing sex magic. So I feel like, again, you're manifesting something great for you, Divine Feminine, and you should be proud of that. And I do see, like, again, you're no longer looking at anything with disdain, disapproval. You're just trusting your own wisdom. And if something doesn't feel right to you, you're just going to disregard it. You're not going to try to have a instruction manual saying, this sign means this sign. Or seeing a fallen bird means that I'm going to kiss my twin flame at midnight tonight. Something like that. Again, you're just like, you're not going with that linear approach. You're just like, you know what? If I go in circles, I go in circles. If I go in a figure eight, I go in a figure eight. And I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is just like trusting a journey. And again, she's not trying to make it go faster anymore. So yeah, that is it for Divine Feminine. So now I'm going to pull for Divine Masculine, and it's the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake. And the art is by Elizabeth Alba. And that sound is the peso coin. So yeah, let's see what's going on for Divine Masculine. So the first card is the World. So I feel like again Divine Masculine has come to a conclusion. The karmic the karmic is very much needs to move out of the way. And I feel like again Divine Masculine is like saying he's dreaded this day, but he's seeing now that his freedom matters. He wants to be himself again. He doesn't want to be so cold, detached. He doesn't want to sacrifice and martyr himself for a person that he knows that is codependent, unstable, and clinging. And I feel like Divine Masculine, the karmic's rather unstable right now. So I feel like he suggested to karma that you need to get help. I feel like he's pushing her toward therapy and she's refusing. And I feel like again, he's trying to again find some sort of means to make her realize that I need help. And I do feel like that's very bold of Divine Masculine, because again, he just wanted to get away, but he says, you know what, I'm just going to try to help her. And I feel like again, the karmic is like saying, I'm fine the way I am. And Divine Masculine is like, wow. I feel like again, he's just astounded by how childish and stupid the karmic is. Like thinking, do you really want to live in this fantasy that I'm always going to be there for you? Because I'm not. I feel like again they may have had an argument last time, and I feel like again the karmic did not like what Divine Masculine said. And I do think again Divine Masculine could be packing up. I feel like he's gonna move out pretty soon, or just kick out the karmic. I feel like again Divine Masculine just put his foot down, and I do see that he's seeing how the women in his family are very toxic. And I feel like again he's not gonna try to love the women anymore. If they refuse to change, then he sees little point in actually saying. And he's not going to do any crocodile tears. He's not going to hear their declarations of love. That I miss you, I love you, come back, I'll change. Divine Master's like said, I'm done with it. Karmic's never going to change. And I feel like again he may actually cut her out of his will. I'm seeing. He could also, I feel like again he might kick her out unexpectedly. And I feel like the next card is the Five of Pentacles. So I feel like again Divine Masculine is seeing that his abundance is being squandered, and he has to again I feel like since the winter months he's been in a dark night of the soul, and he's barely pulling himself out of it. And now Divine Masculine is like saying, you know what, I've been so foolish. I haven't even seen that how little I love myself. And so Divine Masculine is now searching for that self-love. I feel like he's very contemplative right now. He's seeing that that he just needs a change. He's seeing that there's so many people that he's sacrificed himself, and he just doesn't want to be around the toxic vampires anymore. And I do feel like again he could be watching Divine Feminine, and I do see that maybe she's a tarot card reader and a psychic. He could be stalking her pages, could be watching YouTube videos, but I do feel like again Divine Masculine is kind of concerned about his money. I feel like that maybe once he gets rid of the karmic, I feel like his abundance is going to skyrocket, and he's starting to see I was better without the karmic again. If they're in a relationship, I do see that he's actually going to if he kicks out the karmic, if the karmic's a mother figure, could be a father figure, child, I feel like that he's going to give some sort of allowance, but I feel like he's giving timelines saying you have this and this part. If you don't exactly find a job, I feel like he's pushing the karmic to get a job. Karmic is refusing, and I feel like again he's giving her allowance, but it's a catch. Again, the catch is that the karmic has to find a job, and I feel like he'll cut her off. And I think the karmic is like laughing, but I do see again Divine Masculine is like being gentle, but he's being firm at the same time. It seems like again the karmic is like making this to be a joke, but the Divine Masculine is dead serious this time. So I feel like again it's the beginning to the end of this karmic cycle with the karmic. And I do feel like Divine Masculine is no longer going to shield the karmic. He's no longer trying to make things work. If there's a child involved with the karmic, I feel like again he's actually thinking long term about what to do. I feel like he could take her to court. He could file for a divorce, but I feel like again there is something happening in this connection. It is falling apart in one way or another. So the next card is also the King of Pentacles. So I feel like again Divine Masculine is trying to control the the way this, he doesn't want to be a bad guy. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. But I do see that he's starting to see that he can't exactly walk away with squeaky hands. He has to, again, realize that he has to make harsh choices with the logical mind. And he can't exactly think of others because others have never thought of him. So again, if he's gonna deal with crocodile tears, then he's going to have to do it. But he's not going to let anybody shame him into staying. He's not going to do things because family says so, or it's the right thing. What's the right thing for Divine Masculine is that he has to get away from these toxic influences. And I do see the Divine Masculine maybe considering moving. If he's actually in a different country for Divine Feminine, I feel like he could be thinking about flying to see Divine Feminine driving. If Divine Masculine moved into another town or Divine Feminine, I do see that both counterparts are being pushed to go back to where they met. Doesn't have to be. And I also see that there's heart chakra activations going on for Divine Masculine. And what's going on is that Divine Masculine is also being in a loving energy. I feel like, again, he is now getting in touch with the old him, the one he thought that he lost. And he is grateful for it because he would rather be that person. I feel like that he thought low of the person he once was, but now he's like saying, you know what? I was best when I was in that energy. I had things going for me, and then I took the easy way out. And Divine Masters, I said, I don't want to take the easy way out anymore. I just want to be me. And I also see that there's a cow here. So I feel like, again, Divine Masculine, I do see this is a fertile time for Divine Masculine. He's planting the seeds of his growth. So I feel like, again, Divine Masculine is going to go through this through a bunch of flourishing and growth. And it's going to be very beautiful. It's going to last for the rest of the year, Divine Feminine. So I feel like, again, you just have to be patient because now Divine Masculine is building the house. I feel like that you have laid the groundwork for Divine Masculine, and now he is actually reciprocating. I feel like now he's going to start putting more effort into this connection to Divine Feminine. But it's a long way to go. But again, Divine Masculine is trying to be optimistic. And the next card is the Ace of Cups. So I feel like, again, he is looking at Divine Feminine with rose-colored glasses. He is nostalgic about her. I feel like that he could be fantasizing about her. It doesn't have to also see that, I feel like he's wondering what he's imagining if they can have a child together. If they're still both of childbearing age. I mean, if she's still a childbearing age. But I do see, again, Divine Masculine could also be having past life visions of where they had children. So I feel like, again, Divine Masculine is like saying, you know what? I feel like he's trying to get in touch with his emotions again. The emotions where I feel like that he had this gentle tenderness. He felt so loving of Divine Feminine. And he felt this, I don't know how to explain it, but it's gentle. It's sweet, it's tender, it's love, yes, but it's just a love that just expands and fills his heart chakra. It's just unconditional. And I think you'll know what I mean, Divine Feminine. And what I definitely see for Divine Masculine, though, is that he is now trying to find some way to start anew. Again, Divine Masculine is thinking about the future. And I feel like, again, he may make an offer to you, Divine Feminine. I feel like he's manifesting that offer. He is actually also purging right now. So I feel like there's a lot of trauma about the karmic masculine that is being purged right now by the Divine Masculine. And Divine Masculine feels very depressed. He's in significantly lower vibration than Divine Feminine. And he's like saying, why do I feel depressed? But I feel like he's also getting a bunch of downloads. It's still hit or miss with them. So it's less than 50% I'm hearing, but definitely more than 0. So I feel like, again, Divine Masculine is still getting adjusted to a spiritual awakening. He's seeing things from a higher perspective, and that intrigues and scares him. The next card is the Ace of Swords. So what I'm seeing for Divine Masculine is that he's starting to actually cut through all the BS that is around his life. And he's starting to call himself out on his toxic cycles. So I feel like, again, Divine Masculine is being objective. He is being observant as well. I feel that he's actually no longer as attached to his ego. He's actually just observing. He's actually seeing why he acts the way he acts. So I feel like, again, divine masculine is healing himself. He's actually becoming impartial. He is becoming, objective. I'm hearing objective. He used to be so attached to his ego, and now he isn't. Because, again, divine masculine is growing. And I also see that he's actually, he could be actually writing letters to divine feminine, like on some sort of document, or on letters. Something I see divine masculine trying to do an email. Could be through email, Facebook. It could also be a letter to the mail. I'm seeing other phone call, but I do see that he's actually planning the encounter with divine feminine. They haven't talked in a while, and now he feels the need to break the silence. He's been trying to avoid this for a while, but he's seen there's no other way. There's the Two of Swords, who he's still refusing to make a decision about the connection, but he's starting to see that he has to make the decision about his life, and that's more important. They're married right now. Divine masculine can't see how this connection is going to fit, and either divine feminine can't see where the connection with divine masculine doesn't fit, or any other connection. I feel like, again, divine masculine is the same thing, and I feel like divine masculine is like saying, you know what, I used to just be so scared of being alone, and now I realize I have to be alone because my life is in such an upheaval. And divine masculine, I do see, I feel like that he's actually exercising his intuition. I feel like his intuition is increasing. He's still not as intuitive as divine feminine, but he's getting there. I see that. And I do see that divine masculine is also getting in touch with his inner child. So I feel like, again, divine masculine could be going to therapy himself, also counseling. And I do feel like he's a little bit scared of his own demons, but he knows he has to do this. And I feel like, again, he might actually also be going to rehab. I do see divine masculine actually, could be rehab, crazy house. It doesn't have to be, but divine masculine is getting help. The third to last card is the Queen of Cups. So I do see for divine masculine that he's full of emotion for divine feminine. He's stalking her. I feel like, again, he's actually hitting up her, he's not hitting up her social media. I feel like that he's actually talking to a psychic, or he's actually reading, he's trying to find out more about this connection. He's trying to figure out exactly, he knows that divine feminine is to inflame. I feel like he's actually Googled to inflame, or he's actually Googled this connection, and he's just educating himself about it. And I do also feel as though he's seeing that divine feminine is not the same person he remembers. And I feel like he's attracted to her womanly characteristics. He's attracted to how serene and mature and sophisticated, classy. And it's just like she's the total opposite of the karmic. Divine feminine is his dream woman personified. So she is his Aphrodite, his Athena, his Isis. I feel like whatever he uses, I feel like goddess, angel. So I feel like, again, divine feminine's grace is, I feel like he feels like, I just love her. He just loves her. And I feel like he just thinks of her like with teary eyes, and he's like, I love her so much. So I feel like he's admitted his love for divine feminine, but he doesn't exactly, know what to do with it. He's like saying, I have so much realization, but what exactly am I supposed to do? But divine masculine knows he has to move heaven and earth to get himself in the situation he landed himself in. He's seeing that he has no one to blame but himself. And the second to last card is Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like, again, divine masculine is investing in himself. He is investing in his financial growth, his emotional growth, his mental growth, and he's just putting the foundation here. So I feel like, again, divine masculine could even be thinking about opening a business. I feel like he might be successful, but I feel like, again, he's laying the groundwork yet. So I feel like divine masculine is seeing things impartially. He's seeing what it will become. But I feel like divine masculine also has to be practical. So I feel like there's a practicality divine masculine is having. And again, divine masculine is concerned about money. He's concerned about how his life actually needs to be. And he's not going to do it by what society says, by what the family says. He's going to do it by how he feels is right. And the last card is Strength. So I feel like divine masculine, in short, is embracing his inner strength. He is realizing that the Divine Feminine has challenged him and made him into a better individual, and he loves that about her. So, yeah, this is the end of the reading. So, I will see you another time. Namaste.